A mathematician goes to the beach, August 2012. Like everyone else I know, when I go to the beach, I think mathematics. Archimedes, my favorite mathematician, did too. His perhaps best known work is The Sand Reckoner, wherein he counts the grains of sand it would take to fill the universe. He must have been at the beach when he thought how to do it. I'm not sure Archimedes picked the most interesting thing about the beach for analysis, but he might be forgiven because the ancient Greeks didn't wear swimsuits. Swimsuits often remind me of Carl Friedrich Gauss, a superb 19th century mathematician who really understood a curved surface.
That's funny.
He could have told you why you can't iron most suit tops from a two-piece swimsuit. In a geometrical sense, curved surfaces, like the surface of a sphere, just don't lie flat. They don't have enough surface area. This is in parentheses. When you are finished making guacamole, try flattening the hollowed out avocado skin. It will tear. Many suit tops are constructed by sewing together two petal-shaped sections of flat fabric, just the same way you can make the earth by sewing together regions bounded by the lines of longitude. Lemon wedges are another example. The peel from a lemon wedge will not lie flat. But if you pressed it as flat as it would go, outlined it on a piece of paper, did the same for all of the wedges of that particular lemon, cut the regions out, colored them with a yellow highlighter, then taped them together along their borders, you would have an approximate lemon. The trick for both the suit top and the approximate lemon is that though they are constructed of flat sections, fabric and paper are flat, the way they are joined together makes the curved surface. The job of a swimsuit is to uphold decency while you hang out in places where people might conceivably swim. We can think of this decency, this modesty, as a load or strain the suit must bear. Different suit designs solve this problem in different ways, though each must take into account the regions which must be covered, RMBCs. There has, it's well known, been a considerable decline in the percentage of skin area covered by swimsuits over the past 100 years, which has increased visual volatility, dramatic swings to both ends of the attraction-repulsion spectrum. As the suit becomes smaller and smaller, each square inch takes on more and more of the weight of propriety. The equation here is pretty straightforward. For example, let DL represent the total decency load. DL has been declining with time, but can be considered fixed during any given beach season. Let SA be the surface area of the suit, and SK be the surface area of the skin. Then, if VV is the visual volatility, we have VV equals DL times SK over SA.
Wait, can I see that?
A equation that I have not yet bothered to parse in actuality, but I'm sure it's right. The proper mathematical way to look at this is to say that since, as the suit shrinks, a finite decency mass is concentrated into an ever smaller region, the decency density grows larger and larger, growing towards infinity. This point of infinite density is called a singularity. The decency singularity!
The decency asymptote.
So we have that each RMBC, that was the regions that must be covered, each RMBC has an associated singularity, and each beachgoer on each beach has an associated decency surface with some number of singularities. The first thing a mathematician does when faced with a surface or space with singularities is, naturally enough, count them. A most unusual aspect of this particular singularity problem is that the count is culturally dependent. In fact, there are countries where the sum is less than it is in the United States. I have heard that there are beaches where a bather's decency surface might have no singularities at all. A prospect I have not the courage to consider. Perhaps the best way to look at a swimsuit is topologically. an approach that makes the beach a bit more egalitarian. The idea of topology is that you can deform things, stretch or shrink them any which way, but you can't tear them. To a topologist, a sphere is the same as a cube, but differs from a bagel because a bagel has a hole. We can classify swimsuits topologically by counting holes. Say like this: assume the suit begins as a sphere and we will cut holes so we can wear it. For example, in a two-piece women's suit, a tube top, a strapless top, requires 2 holes, one for the torso at the bottom and one for the top where the head and both arms emerge. A halter top has the torso hole and one for the neck, and the arms share another for a total of 3. Because the halter top goes this way, right? A standard top that goes over both shoulders, say by straps, has a hole for each arm and the neck, and of course the torso for a total of 4. One-piece suits are 5-holers. Men's trunks and the bottoms of two-piece suits have 3 holes, 2 legs in the waist. The idea is to say all tube tops are topologically equivalent. They all have the same number of holes, but a tube top is not equivalent to a halter top. On another hand, halter tops and men's trunks are topologically equivalent. Go ahead, try stretching one into the other. Now, he's summing up now. Now, the beach is not always fair to all of us, but topology makes it more so. My physical form may fall a bit short of ideal, but damn if my suit isn't topologically equivalent to Brad Pitt's. Surf's up.